In today's video, I'm going to be talking about this all-in investment I'm making, which I'm just going to go and sell in 24 hours time. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, or free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video we're going to be talking about an investment that I'm going to be going all in on my main account that I'm only going to hold for 24 hours. So I'm hoping to make some decent profit in just a short amount of time. And what is that investment? Well, in front of you, you can see you've got some 90 rated informs and some 89 rated informs. So the investment is 89 plus informs, but most importantly, it's just the highest rated informs that I can go and get at discard. Now, the reason we like 89 rated informs is because at the moment, the going rate for informs is about 20k. If I go and pop out here, I can head over to the transfer market and show you that you won't really get team weeks much cheaper than 20k. And you also won't really get team weeks. Sorry, you can also get high rated team weeks also for 20k. So we can go down here. We can see that the going rate on team weeks is about 19.5k. Whether that's a 83 rated inform, an 85 rated inform, an 81 rated inform, and hoping to see or an 87 rated inform. So because all informs are going for the same price no matter the rating, you know, there's no real benefit on me going with a low rated inform if I can go and get a high rated inform. Now, that's the first thing. The first thing we like about the 89 rated informs is that they're informs. Why do we like informs? Well, informs are needed every 24 hours for the 10 times 83, including being needed on the Friday after 6 PM when the Team of the Weeks aren't in packs anymore, because it's very unlikely that they're going to go and release more Team of the Weeks this Friday. So first off, they're needed for upgrade SBCs till minimum Friday. So you've got 6 PM Thursday and 6 PM Friday. The second thing we like Team of the Weeks for is, of course, there's just loads of player SBCs. And because there's loads of player SBCs, obviously there's a bit of demand for that. And they could very well be demanded for player SBCs as of Friday. On top of that, we also think Team Weeks are near at an all-time low. That's because the Team Week tradable pack was released yesterday, which dropped Team of the Weeks. But because you can only repeat it once every 7 days, it's unlikely that we really see them get lower and lower through the week. The idea is that the concentration and the amount of people doing that SBC would have been yesterday. So you think Team of the Weeks are at an all-time low. We know they're going to be needed every 24 hours until minimum Friday for upgrade SBCs. We know they're needed for current player SBCs and potentially new player SBCs on Friday. So I think that's probably enough reasoning there. Now, why do we like them being 89 rated? Now, not for any upgrade SBCs. I mean, 89s aren't really useful for this because, of course, 87s, not really going to be using the likes of 89s. If we move to the Icon Encore SBC, I mean, what is it, 87 rated squads? That's not really using 89s. In fact, the reason we like 89s is because of the exchange. At the moment, the most expensive sort of repeatable upgrade SBC you can do are these exchanges. And obviously the most demanded one is, in theory, the most expensive one. So because this expires in 24 hours, the idea is going into 6 PM on Friday, hopefully a lot of people are going to be panic buying 89s to go and use them for the exchange. And what's nice about 89s is that the cheapest 89s are basically Team of the Weeks for the same price as the gold cards. So it means that you're getting Team of the Weeks that are 89s, that are both 89 rated fodder being used for the 89 exchange, and also Team of the Weeks that are being used for the 10 times 83, and on top of that, player SBCs. And right now, it's Division Rival Rewards, and Division Rival Rewards traditionally is the cheapest time to go and buy Team of the Weeks and all gold fodder. Now, for gold fodder, I'd be a little bit more skeptical because, of course, you've got people saving their packs for Friday 6 PM, but we don't really have to worry about that with Team of the Weeks because they go out of packs Friday 6 PM. It's only maybe if you thought that people are holding off their untradeable packs and then going to open their untradeable pack and then do the tradable Team of the Week pack. But I don't personally see that being an issue, and I'd gamble against that. In fact, what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm actually going to be buying my Team of the Weeks now and selling them before 6 PM tomorrow because I want to go and do a very risky play, which is buying live Team of Season cards in the first 10 minutes. It's a super risky play, but I'm a little bit low on coins on Team... I say I'm a little bit low, but I'm only on like 7-8 million coins on Team of Season. I kind of want to be on way more. I was on way more last year, but I have only had this account for I think like 3 months, so you know this is a relatively new account. But yeah, so we're going to go something a little bit more risky to make more coins, but I'll cover that tomorrow. Now, when would I recommend selling these 89 rated Team of the Weeks? Now, I wouldn't gamble that EA is actually going to require these for any upgrade SBCs after Friday. They could, but I think it's unlikely. And the reason I think it's unlikely is because last year they took Team of the Week out packs before Team of the Season. They then proceeded to require them never through the whole of Team of the Season. I don't believe they're needed for player SBCs, but more importantly, I know they weren't used for upgrade SBCs. We can show you right here, that's Team of the Season. So they would have gone out of packs probably around about here, and I mean, were they being used in the 88 hero pick? Were they being used in the Premier League Team of the Season Guaranteed? Were they being used in the 90 Icon Upgrade Pack? Were they being used for the 11x81? And the answer to this is no Team of the Week's being needed there, no Team of the Week's being needed there, no Team of the Week's being needed there, no Team of the Week's being needed there. So they just weren't needed. Now, of course, you can gamble that EA is going to go against what they did last year, which was being very self-aware that Team of the Weeks were needed, and as a result, hold on to them for longer. But I would just go and sell them anywhere from, I'd say, about 6:30 to probably about 8 PM will be the peak of people doing SBCs. Yeah, I'd say without maybe them panic selling their investments. Now, I wouldn't hold on to them after 6 PM on the Saturday because I think that's very high risk. If they're not needed after 6 PM on Saturday, you've only got player SBCs, and player SBCs are not significantly more demanded than upgrade SBCs. Of course, if you gamble that they're needed for upgrade SBCs and they're needed, they'll generally go from like 20k to 27k. They'll do very, very well. But I think that's unlikely. I think what the best bet is to go into these 89 rated Team of the Weeks, and again, personally I'm buying them for 20k right now, and I think they should get up to around about 23, 24k before 6 PM tomorrow. At worst case scenario, maybe I hold on to them after 6 PM tomorrow. Sorry, for you guys, I'd recommend holding till after 6 PM tomorrow anyway. But for myself, I'm hoping to sell them before 6 PM so I can make an investment at 6 PM. But yeah, if you want something that's low risk, just hold on to it till about 6:30 through to 8 PM. Now, who are the Team of the Weeks we're buying? There's basically 4 or 3 Team of the Weeks that we're buying. The Team of the Weeks that we are buying are Informed Dybala, Informed Donnarumma, and Informed Renard. Now, it says they're 21k here, but I've actually been able to source all of mine for, I think, 20k and below. If I go to my unassigned, now of course I've still got loads and loads to buy, but I haven't found them too much of a struggle to buy. Oh yeah, on top of that, I've also been able to pick up multiple 90 Oshermans who's been actually 25k. He's also just popped up, so I've also managed to make myself, I guess, 5k per card on Osherman, so I'll actually send him over to the transfer list. But you can see right here that all of these were picked up. I think I paid a little bit above 20k for a few of them, for 20k and below. I've also played around picking up some of the lower rated informs, because sometimes lower rated informs go up to the same price as the high rated informs. So how have I sourced these players? I've basically gone for a filter like this. Team of the Week, maximum buy now 20k. Now you can put a minimum buy now of like 19.5, because the reality is if anything pops up below 19.5, you're not going to win it because they'll insta-sell. Then I've got minimum bid 11k, maximum bid that. Now the reason the minimum bid is 11k is because if I go and look at the price filters on price ranges on these lot, it's 11k minimum bid, it's 11k minimum bid, and it's an 11k minimum bid. Meaning these cards physically can't pop up with a minimum bid below 11k, but obviously loads of the lower rated informs can. Then what you need to do is you then need to proceed to scroll to the 59th minute. The reason we need to proceed to scroll to the 59th minute is because, of course, I showed you earlier that Renard and Donnarumma say that they go for 21k, but they're consistently listed on the market for cheap. But to get those ones for cheap, you need to be looking at them as soon as they're listed. That should only take you no more than, let's say, 100 pages scrolling to the 59th minute. And then what you're going to do is you're going to basically feather the 59th minute, which means you're not going to go over... Sorry, yeah, you're going to feather on the 59th minute, which means you're not going to go over the 60th minute. So you can see there's some Dybalas here being listed for 20k, but am I sadly a little bit too late? Maybe if I was closer to the 59th minute, we would have won those. But you can see that, although again it says that they're going for 21k, you can win them for a little bit cheaper. So the way to feather on the 59th minute is basically only scroll to the next page when the last card on this page, and again it sounds complicated, is 59 minutes, 15 seconds or less. Basically, this will, every time you scroll to the next page, it refreshes the market. But if there is a card on the page that you scroll to that is over the hour, it won't refresh the market and you've got to back out and search again. So I'll give you a little example. There's a Renard, by the way, that pops up there for 20. Can we win this Renard for 20? Perfect, we can win the Renard. So you can see we're picking them up cheaper than footbin prices just because of this little method that we're using. So again, we're not going to scroll to the next page unless it is 59 minutes, 15 seconds. So again, we can scroll to the next page there. Again, pick up another 89. Sadly, didn't win that one, but did win the one previously. So you see how now this is 59 minutes, 19 seconds. I've got to wait for this to go down to 59 minutes, 15 seconds, because it means that if I scroll to the next page, there shouldn't be any cards over the hour. Because again, as soon as there's cards over the hour, you'll go all the way back to the beginning and search again. But if you can do this thing where you're basically feathering the 59th minute, every time you scroll to the next page, you'll refresh, but you won't have to back out. There's another Renard. And you can see how easy it is to win these, yet Footbin says they're 21k, but because we're looking at them as soon as they're listed, we can win them, I'd say significantly cheaper. We can win them a fair bit cheaper. Significantly cheaper with the Osherman, again, 90 rated player selling at 35k, but we were able to win. So again, I'd have to wait 30 seconds here before I scroll to the next page. And that is really just what I'm doing with this method. I'm going to be selling them before 6 PM Friday. Recommend you guys selling them after 6 PM Friday, unless again you want to join me on a very, very risky buying promo cards in the first 10 minutes, which again we're doing because people have saved the rewards. So in theory, the first 10 minutes you'll see so many packs being opened because of all the save packs this week, and then hopefully they'll bang after that. Sounds great in practice, but it's very, very risky, which is why I don't recommend you guys doing it unless you're happy to acknowledge the risk. Scroll to the next page. But that is going to be that for this investment. Hopefully, again, it's giving you guys some sort of short-term investment you can get involved in. If not, do check yesterday's investment for the best players to go and buy before they go out of packs. But that's been that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.